boys! See if it works. Now, I don't know if you can hear me particularly well, but I've just had a problem with my microphone, so I'm using the microphone on my webcam. So I don't know how it's going to look. The positions of the webcams are mediocre, I think. I'm just going to leave it. I'm surrounded by a web of webcam USB wires. Have a drink. Hopefully, now I've got a computer in front of me, I should be able to catch up with the comments a bit better. Apparently not, still loads of them. Let's have a look. Let's see who's here. Regional Railways, Ed, hello, hello, hello. Let's have a look. Right, I'm just going to draw a line to the stand. John Warner, hello. We did meet. Nice to meet you, to be fair. You'll have to excuse me, I keep looking at the computer screen when you're down here. So, let's have a look. Matthew, if I'm particularly quiet, it's because I'm on a webcam microphone. So you'll have to turn me up. Don't worry, I'm not going to get any louder. There's going to be no loud music that's going to suddenly boom in. But I'm on full tilt with my screen. I've just double checked. Yeah, that is absolutely it. I'm on absolute max, so you're going to have to turn me up. Let's have a look. Yeah, if you've got any questions, fire them across. Obviously my channel is moderated by David tonight. In the top corner, if I get that the right way around, you've obviously got my sweeping curve. Tonight's trains are the Class 57, which was a last minute stand-in. My Flying Scotsman decided to derail every time it went round the layout. It never happens. Obviously I've got my HST and I've got my 170 running round. So that'll be quite good. I don't know how far behind I am in terms of the comments and questions. I know on my screen that I'm watching, I'm well behind it. Let's just catch up with what a few of you. Sorry if I'm missing a lot of your questions. Ellie, hello. Said hello to John. David, hi. East Midlands Rail Clips, you have a question? Fire it away. I'll see if I can answer it. Adam, hello. Fred's Trains, hello. You purchased a 205 Thumper VR Blue. I think that's a good deal. I've not actually got a Thumper myself. Ellie Sanders, take the train audio back a notch. Can do. Let's see if this helps. Sorry, because I'm on an ambient speaker, you're going to get ambient noise, but I've turned the other cameras down. Let me know if that's any good, but I've got to catch up with you. Susanna, hello. Chief Tech, hello. Huntsheath, hello. Joshua, hello. I know Jason's in there somewhere. What's my most expensive train? Probably, it's got to be probably my Freightliner hopper train. Mainly because my local shops sell the hoppers for, I think they're £59 each now, and I've got 10 of them. That adds up quite a bit, especially when you put an engine on top of it. Flory, has it snowed? No, it's not just yet. Best advice I can give for a total novice, I suppose keep it simple, do what you want to do. It's your layout, no one else's. You're not trying to please anyone else. Will you buy the new Batman Mark IIs? If I had use for them, I probably would, or try and save up for them. Currently I've not got any use for them, so no, but I do like what they're doing with them. I like that Bachmann push the boundaries with them. That's quite a nice touch. They are really dear, but in one sense, new editions being dear means our second-hand items hold their value. Excuse me. Fizzy pop. Stuart, on the current layout, which part of the build process has been the most enjoyable to work on? That's a tough one. I don't like any electric, so all the scenery stuff, that's easy peasy, and I love doing that because it's very instant, satisfying result. James, what's the temperature in my loft? Absolutely freezing. I'm actually shivering. I do have a jacket I've been wearing while I've been setting this up. I was a bit stupid. I've got a freezing cold can of pop. I've been building up the grass side of my layout. Any tips? Not really. I suppose just build up in layers. So rather than just have the wooden board and then grass, you can paint it, then add soil, then add the fine turf, the sort of dusting, and then add your grasses. But don't cover it with grass. But I mean, you could copy the real thing off a photo, things like that. Just try to be a bit random. Jason, what is your most proudest part of the layout? I think the layout in its entirety currently. There's lots of things I'd like to do to it. Obviously, the station is my current main focus, so I'm quite proud of that. I feel like I'm pushing the boundaries every time. Never seem to improve on my wiring though. Trains at York, hello. John Barker, you have a layout, good. You're in the right place. Let's have a look. Strath Pepper, hello. Pressing question, hobnobs with or without chocolate? It's got to be with chocolate. If you'd seen me, you'd know I like anything with chocolate. Chelmsford and District Model Railway Club, hello. We really enjoy watching your layout, fantastic work. Thank you very much. With a name like a model railway club, and then we really enjoy. What did you sit and watch them as a club? That the image of that's quite funny. Patrick gets the scene with the workers. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much. It's coming on. Still plenty to add to it. I'd really like some concrete bags, things like that, to add to it. Some of you may not know the actual. My oldest friend works for Freight Line and does that for a living. So it's a bit of a homage to them. And every day they send me new things that they're using or coming out with, and I've got to try and squeeze into that scene. David, do none of your locos have sound, or they just turned off? They're turned off. I was planning on having a bit of sound, but because I've got microphone issues, I can't risk it because I'm using the microphone on the webcam, so I've got ambient noise, you see, being picked up, so it's all off. Bloody hell. I'm just trying to catch up with you all. This is why I had to do it on this PC, you see. I'm sorry if I'm missing your questions again. So I'm skipping ever so slightly just to see if I can catch up with you. Loads of you. London St Michael's, great there. How do you plan your curves with the track settlers, you mean? I literally just bought myself a 5-foot one and just did it both ends and then met in the middle. Jason, is there any part of your layout you'd hate to want to change? Yes, with the hayfield is too flat. In fact, the entire layout's too flat really, so I would probably, if I was to do it again, I'd probably raise the track bed up and have a bit more undulating scenery. What have we got? Let's have a look. Use headphones with your mic. Yeah, that's why the stream was late, because I was trying all sorts of things. Anthony, hello. How are you doing? You're just round the corner. Stuart Bernard, I think your heritage line would look great with a few smoke generators. I think it would, to be fair. I do like the look of those. It's literally just getting round to them. As you'd imagine, having a big layout anyway is quite an expensive thing, but you've got to do one thing at a time, unfortunately, as the paydays come round. Sealand Central, hello. Thomas, hello. You've not actually missed that much. I've only been on 10 minutes so far. Tim, hello. Are you going to weather any of your locos, rolling stock and track in the future? Some of them are weathered. One half of the layout is weathered, track-wise. I keep toying with the idea, but I'll be honest with you, I sell my locos very quickly, so I don't tend to have them that long. So to weather them, if I was to ruin them, I would probably do myself a disservice. Let's have a look. Where am I got to? Ed, how is the 225 respray coming on? It's not. As you can see, it's parked in the station, or one of them is. I've reached out to a couple of people now about respraying it. A lot of people won't take it on. Some people will take it on. I think I've been quoted now. The cheapest I've been quoted is £60 per coach, which is quite dear. And if you've got 9 coaches, that adds up, and it's got to be well worth it. Brendan, hi from Dublin. Stuart, hello, how are you? Let's have a look. Andrew, hello, fancy a little MPV for there. I did used to have an MPV. Again, that lasted a bit and I sold it. Joshua, in a bit, can I swap the 121? I think I can do actually. It's just sat there waiting. I'm scared if I get up. I've got a web of wires to webcams all around me, so I think what I'll do actually is I will get up and I will swap that around actually, and I'll put my jacket back on because I'm freezing. Anthony, you've been putting the trunking down on your layout. Good, I'm glad it arrived. Didn't get on with your 67. Ellie Sanders, I saw you had a Cola 73. What's the backstory? And was it a real thing? Apparently it is a real thing. I've been told it is. It is actually a visitor loco, or visitor train. It will be leaving me very soon and going to Maxlade at Jubilee Road. But yeah, apparently it's a real thing. It's a custom respray as it is, the model. No, that was just sent in for me to run for a bit. Let's have a look. Ed, you only need 7 coaches resprayed. Still £60 a coach. Paul, hello, how are you? Question on WH Smith still selling the local rolling stock prototypical book? I think they are. British Railway train spotting. I love the 121 you have. Yeah, that's another one on loan. Just arrived actually 2 days ago. Someone pointed out on my Facebook post that the front exhaust is actually bent at a right angle. It's quite funny. I never noticed. That's a Patton's custom, that one. Anthony, if they were available in 00 scale, which trains from outside the UK would you add to your layout? Or are you strictly a UK train guide? Cheers from the USA. Modelling wise, I'm strictly a UK railway guide. I do have an absolute desire, if one day I could recreate the Glacier Express, which is a Swiss railway. And I think BMO do 00 gauge train. But it'd have to be absolutely amazing scenery to do it justice. I mean, as I stand now, I wouldn't even attempt something like that. Some of the layouts you do see, which model the Alps, absolutely fantastic. And I've just not got the patience, I've not got the skill. Let's have a look. Can I run the 67 with the 225? Yes, that'll be swapped over shortly. Massey Power, hi, how are you? Fine, a bit cold actually. Excuse me, burping. Barnabas Junction, super chat. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. To respray 7 coaches will cost £60 each. Would be £420. Yes, for the 225, which is exactly the problem. It's just dear. And if I did everything instantly that everyone wants me to do, it would cost me an absolute fortune. So that already does cost me a fortune. Just don't tell you that. Valleybrook, thank you very much for £5 from the MRYCG. I hope that's not out of your charity fund. Please get on with that. We can do a 24-hour live stream. Effingham, hello. Tim, need a Heritage Class 50. I really do. It's one of those locos I've just never got around to having actually in the collection. I've never ever owned one. Let's have a look. David, get yourself the Rocky Mountain Engineer. You can buy yourself a model of the train exclusively. Sold it on board. Let's see where we're going. Massey Power, what's my favourite thing on the layout? Oh, that's a good one. Annoyingly, my 225 in the Virgin livery, the coaches are in the station now, is probably my favourite thing. I wanted to recreate the East Coast Main Line and literally have them running around. I've got two of them, but the models are a bit light, a bit let down, don't run the best. Of course, the biggest one, the old East Coast Grey livery. Livery, so it's just a bit disappointing. I can't get it under his spray, but they're probably my favourite thing. They don't get run at all. Let's have a look. Lundy Central, who's going to Whalley then? I think everyone, aren't they? Everyone needs to go to Whalley. The best show in the UK, or the biggest and best show in the UK, I should say. They've got various deals on, I should say, as well. If you've got kids go for £1 currently, and also if you book online it's cheaper. And also if you book, I can't remember if it's a book online or book the day before or something like that, you also get cheaper parking. I'm sure David will be able to put that in the comments, the offers on that. Regional Railways can't find any pics of the Cola 73. I have seen them. They were sent to me. Thomas Lewis went to presumably Whalley last year, not sure about this year. It's well worth going. I mean, for the sake of 15 quid, you see a lot of stuff and you get a lot of bargains as well. Especially if you're a good haggler. I'm not a particularly good haggler, but someone like Jason, very good haggler. You don't know what you're missing with the Class 50, Susan? Yes. I'm just waiting to borrow one. If only someone would turn up with their collection. Richard Turner, thank you very much. Sorry if I'm well behind, I don't know how far behind I am or how close I am. I like transport. The 170s lights in the wrong direction. They're not. It's actually the motor on the 3-car unit is actually in the central car, so it's a DC loco which has been hardwired, or the motor car has been hardwired. What you tend to have is, what I have is both front sets, the lights are both on, so the whites and the red. I suppose the thing I'd need to do is add 2 more chips, but being tight, I can't do it. Fred Strange should get a thumper the Heritage line, especially in the Network South East delivery. Just want to add to the list, I suppose. I'm sure I saw one being made over in Shildon actually earlier in the year. James DMU, hello, always a good show, thank you very much. Would you recommend getting a Hornby VTEC HST? Well, if you are into that thing, yeah, definitely. I love my HSTs, I've got 4 of them. Paul, how entertained would a kid be at Whalley? There's lots to see at Whalley. I mean, it's a day out for them, but I mean, for the sake of a quid, you get rid of your kids for a day, don't you? But, I suppose it depends if your kid's into railways, etc. Anthony, you're going to treat yourself to 3 new locomotives? What are the 3 new locomotives? Sorry if I'm skipping past the messages. It keeps jumping. Jason, you'll send me one of the Class 50s. Thank you very much. Sealand Central. Will you have a complete piece of track the Freightliner is sitting on at the moment? No. The whole point of the diorama is that it's building the track, but I think if I ever shut the layout down, the last scene, I've always said, the last scene I'd do is showing that point completed. I think that'd be a nice end if the layout ever had to end. Southwest Transport was my favourite train, the 225. The ones that run is probably the HST go round, that's my favourite. Fred's train's going to run the 121, so let's swap it over. I want to stick my jacket on as well because I'm absolutely freezing. So, what I'm going to do is just swap my trains over. If I pull a webcam, it's your fault. Talk amongst yourselves. What number are we? 18. Completely legit. Now I don't know if you near me, the webcam stand is in the way, so there we go. Right, let's catch up with the conversation. Where did I get to? The comments box on this, on the computer, is slightly bigger than my phone, but there's so many of you. Give me 1 second. Where did I get to? I'm waiting for there to be enough time delay on the cameras that you'll see the bubble car or something in the same camera. That would be quite funny. St. Peter's layout, hello. Effingham, your tunnels, are you going to do any scenery on them? Eventually, yes. They need, behind them, it's just open, an open corner because there's a point behind them. What I need to do is put a surface mounted point motor there and then cover it over and then build the scenery up. Sorry. Sam, hello. Crawford Street, hello. Let's have a look, I'm just scrolling back up the comments. I like transport. Could you please run the Voyager? I can't swap any more than what you currently see on the layout. Unfortunately, there's too much of a web of wires. I might put the Class 67 and 225 on in a bit, but I've got to pace it out. Leicester TMD, hello. Sorry, this might be all a bit late, but I'm just catching back up. Andrew, yes, it really is time to get a heater. I tell you, over the last 2 weeks, it's really chilled down. So it's absolutely freezing. As you can see, I put a hoodie on. Train spotter, hello. New Holland Farm, hello. James Thornton, the 67 will go in a bit, Aldi. So I'm just catching up with the comments. I'm reading back through for you. Probably missed a load. Tim, foil insulation, what for me, or the loft? My loft, although my layout is quite, I suppose, medium to large layout anyway, the loft itself is absolutely huge. It's nearly 1,000 square foot. It's above a shop. So, to insulate it would be impractical. It's almost a story and a half tall as well in the middle. So, as you can imagine, you see why I don't do it. I just wear extra layers. Sealand Central, goodbye. Thank you for joining. Fred Strange, you can see the HST on both cameras. You should be able to, because what you're looking at is, I suppose, the entrance and ending of one corner on the layout. So you should be able to see the HST. When you can see it the wrong way first, that's when there's a problem. The bubble car does look like it's going a bit fast as well, shouldn't I? I'll turn it down. Ooh. There we go, turn it down. Yeah, the bubble car is a Dapol, and this one is the Arriva livery, and it's the Hatton's exclusive. This one, I've been kindly loaned that. How many trains do I own? I did this the other day. Currently, I've had a massive clear out, so probably only got 12 in total, I think is what I got to. Leighton Junction, hello. Camo Cat, hello. Philip Page, hello. Hello from Bolton. Mario Bricks, the hobby is getting a boost through Channel 5's Model Railway Challenge programme. Yes, it is. Interestingly enough, although the programme is obviously aimed at families, etc., so it's a bit generic, not as in-depth as I'd like. However, I think it's a good thing. My local shop, however, the owner of that, he thinks it's a terrible thing. And I suppose you get sub-programs. His argument is you get sub-programs like Gogglebox, where we not only get labelled as modelers, but we also get a stereotype, and then it's confirmed with programs like Gogglebox. So his argument is he hates it. If you remember the first episode, there was a team everyone loved to hate. I think the chap on there actually owns a shop, and of course that's going to do no good for him, but generally I think it's a good thing. I'd like to see more of it, to be honest. Right, let's just catch up again. Train line, hello. I can't speed up the HST because if it derails, that's it, you're not having any more. James Gibson, hello. Why have I got the bubble car? Quite simply because it was available to me. It's as simple as that. No, it's nice to feature other locos on the layout, other eras as well. Not eras, sorry. Other liveries. Obviously, I'm a bit of an East Coast mainline modeller myself, but it's nice to have other liveries. The person it came from focuses more on the, I suppose, Route Train of Wales. So. Let's just catch up. Panda, hello. Josh the train guy, moo. There we go. David, what do I use to clean my track? I do have a Dapol track cleaner which I run around periodically and just let running. Normally if I was in here doing something in the loft without you with me, one of the trains would be pulling it round just to periodically do it, but you can't beat the good old track rubber. That's the main one. Trainline is a station based on any real life stations, looks very nice. It is actually based on Newcastle Central on the East Coast Main Line. The track is roughly the same. Obviously, it's my take on it, but that's really what I'm using for sort of base of my modelling. Alundi Central, see you later. Thanks for watching. Train UK, hello. Dean, hello. Did Matt let me borrow the 121? No, it's not from Matt. It should be though, shouldn't it? Would you allow a ScotRail HST to arrive at New Junction if it was Hornby? Yeah, absolutely. I think the new livery is stunning as well. Really nice. It'd be interesting to see if in real life they can keep them clean though, because a white paint scheme on any logo is going to be interesting. Sam, am I going to put the LNER logo on the Class 43? I'm tempted to. Problem is it's my my baby, and the same again. To replace it if I got it wrong would be so expensive. So I like to put things off. Ooh, I've just jumped in the comments. Hold on. Camel Cat, how's the YouTube tour going? How do you mean the YouTube tour? Sorry, I've completely lost you there. Let's have a look. Anyone else looking forward to the completion of the Great Central Railway's new bridge? Believe it or not, I used to work on the Great Central Railway, oh blimey, almost 15 years ago. I used to volunteer there. And they were doing that bridge then. So, although they've actually done the bridge over the main line, they've now got to do the bridge over the canal. And it's going to cost just as much, and it's going to take just as much time. And they're, I love the railway itself. I think they're doing wonderful things, and there's plenty of money to splash about. But they're focusing now on a museum at Leicester North. For anyone who knows the railway, it's the other side. Of course, if they joined the railways, because there's the Great Central Railway in Nottingham and then the one in Leicester. The one in Leicester is 8 miles, and the one in Leicester's, the one in Nottingham I think is 15 if I remember, so it'll be massive once it's done. They've also got off to the east somewhere. There's like an old engine shed area, which is absolutely massive, and it's all still there. And they could branch off to that. That was another thing in the pipeline, but like with everything, it takes so long. Let's have a look. Peter, what code track do you use? It's code 100 by Pico. Lego Man, hello. Matthew Slade, hello. Welcome to the stream. That's Matthew Slade. The Arriva's running because it's the points were switched. London St Michael's. What camera do I use for filming? Usually just my Samsung S7. Just propped up on a box somewhere. The cameras I've got for this live stream are literally just a couple of cheap webcams. Nice and easy. Sorry if I'm well behind. Give me 1 second. Can you couple 2 DMUs together? Yeah, I presume you can. I'm not going to, because it's just asking for problems doing that tonight. Joshua Curtis, good night. Don't know if I've missed you. What's my favourite model in my collection? Easily the 225 as an engine out there, and obviously my model, if I could get it up to spec, I think I'd love that. Full rake of in the Virgin livery. The one running it, I suppose the HST is the favourite. It's working. Sorry, I'm just catching up with the comments. Anthony Judge, thank you very much for the super chat. That's very kind of you. Blimey. Enjoyed your videos, and you even answered my question. I would have no problem happily running a HST on my German layout. Best wishes. Keep up the excellent work. Thank you very much. I suppose a HST on the German layout would be very interesting. That definitely got lost. But in terms of other engines, though, there's absolutely nothing wrong with running different things. Some people will be a bit stricter with their layouts, but that's just their preference. I've got no problem. I mean, it was a couple of weeks ago when I went to Coxmore Junction Open Day. I had my hands on an American layout, sort of TMD type thing. I can honestly say that's the most satisfying layout I've ever had my hands on. He had automatic uncouplers and things like that. The sound were much better, much clearer, and the models just worked, and it was absolutely fantastic. And that's really left an imprint on me, so I've got no problem with other engines and things like that. I feel like that was a big admission, that one. Just come out to you all. Let's have a look. Should the HST go into retirement, Kai? Now that is a really interesting question. The poor things are so old. However, I think a lot of them are being quietly scrapped. So if they're not quite good enough, as they move on up to Scotland and things, I know of a few which are being let go. The real question should be, because eventually they will go, of course, when the 800 starts coming to the fold, will be when do you save one? I'm sure I read that the National Rowing Museum in the UK is trying to save a set, but how many more do you save? The 225, same problem again. You could save one, but how many heritage lines are going to have overhead wires? So I think the HST is the one to look out for. I suppose it's like the days when the steam train stopped. There's random members of the public who had to step in and say, I'm going to save that. So I wonder if in the days of crowdfunding and things, if we could actually save the HST. Let's have a look. Hi Jack. Sorry, I'm just going to catch up. That HST is going a bit slow, isn't it? It's slowed down. Let's see if I can turn it up. This all goes wrong. Not my fault. There you go. Everything else running. I'm going to leave it at that speed just because if anything goes wrong it's going to be really difficult to get to it. There's a HST preservation club that started in the 90s. I'm not surprised. I wonder if they have one. That'd be interesting to know. Hello Slayer, hello. That takes me back. Slayer double kill though. I'm going to turn the Xbox on. How do I couple the 225 to the 67? I've got the motor bogey, I've got the front bogey which has the engine on it, took it out, and on eBay I've brought myself a redundant bogey which would normally go on the rear, and just turned it around basically. I could have timed it the hole in the front so the coupling could come through the NEM coupling, and it just connects as normal. Easy peasy. I'll park it soon when the 67 goes, which won't be long actually. Bloody time's flown, 40 minutes live. Barnabas. Yeah, the irony is that the pings coming off my phone are actually your conversation, because it's got me live stream going in the background. That's a good point. I'm surprised you can hear that, but then it's ambient noise, isn't it? Let's have a look, keep catching up. Hi Rob. Do you like 20s or 24s? Funnily enough, I carried the nickname Bobo for a long while because my favourite engine was the Class 20 when I worked at the Heritage line. So my name's always been Bobo King, and gamer tags, etc. And if you look at the channel link, it actually says youtube.com/bowbooking, because back in the day when it was basically my channel when I was younger, that was why. But kind of fits now, which is fun. So I'm just catching you all up. Loads of you should all be in bed. Sunday, you've got work in the morning. James, what would I change on the layout if you were doing it from the start? Quite literally, I wouldn't have the track on the actual baseboard. I'd raise it up so there's an embankment. Even if I was to still then have the track bed flat, just gives me the option to have more undulating ground. It is a touch flat, and although in the small scenes that you see on the films and stuff it looks okay, as a generic layout it is very flat. So that's what I'll change. Do you weather your locos? No, not all of them. Some of them are weathered, but I have other people do it for me. I've not got an airbrush, and I'll probably ruin a loco, so something I want to do in the future, but how long is that list? Let's have a look. Bratton, morning from New Zealand, blimey, that's a long way around the world. When will the Class 67 be running? In about 3 minutes. Matt, thank you very much. Keep up the great work. Very kind of you. When did the overhead wires go to the station? That's probably one of the next tasks. I've not found one I like yet. The Dapper ones are a bit flimsy and they don't look the best, so excuse me, for my station I won't be using them. I've seen things by Scale Model Scenery. They look okay, but same again, they're an MDF kit. I try and avoid, although my canopy on the station is MDF, I try and avoid MDF just because it swells because the lock gets so cold and then so hot. So all the hard kits I've previously built just wore after one season, so I'm looking for something a bit more solid, maybe plastic. I do really like the Pico ones, but I'm sure they're sort of £60–70 for a metre, 2 metres. Let's see where we are. Will the Orange Army ever finish the Junction? No. On the last day of filming, I think they will. Hashtag save the 125. Absolutely, Peter. Peter's layout, I should say. Would the company who brought the Class 43 lose a lot of money since they're buying the new 800? No, it doesn't quite work like that. They sort of lease them, so in effect you lease them for a period, and when you're done leasing them, you lease the next one. The Class 43, bless it, has definitely earned its money. Sealand Central, didn't know this was on. You were earlier. I like transport. I would never miss a new Junction stream if it was on. Very kind of you. I'm just the same, you know, if there's a new Junction stream, I'm always there. Will the 66 with the rail track wagons ever move? Funnily enough, that 66 is broken. For whatever reason, it just doesn't work at all, and it needs a full strip down, which is an absolute pain. 66s themselves don't like my layout anyway, so yeah, unfortunately I'm stuck with it. I need to do something with it, but Punch Heath, love the sound of the Class 20, yeah, absolutely. They've got a very definite whistle there, haven't they? There you go. It's like we were there. Hamish, put your new scene lights on. They are fantastic, thank you very much. I can't because the computer's in the plug socket that the accessories go into. Oh, it's so amateur this. Let's have a look. Matthew, yes, the 225 technically has had its motor removed, so the engine you see is now a dummy, yeah. The motor's just stored away safe. What have I got to? Ian, thank you very much. Very kind of you. We've got a super chat tonight. Is that for the Save the 125 fund? Marker Bricks, more chance of the Orange Army finishing than the Crossrail opening. Yeah, we did used to have a joke that I'm modelling the Crossrail tunnel. You just can't see it, it's in the ground. That's going really well. Robert Dodd, what scale is the excavator? Oh, that's a good question. I'm sure it's the right scale. I can't remember who do them now. Is it Oxford? That's a good question. Jason asked Richard, list your top favourite YouTube channels that you follow. Oh blimey, 10. That's a long list. That is. Number one for me, and this is only for me, not to sound predictable. People like obviously Richard at Everard Junction is my number one, followed by people like Glebe Road. That's really good. Although he's stopped, but the channel is amazing. I used to like Five Elms, and funnily enough, this scene was helped set up by him. So this is this. Hopefully it's working alright for you all. I'm trying to think who I still can't remember. There's a channel which the layout almost looks identical to mine. I used to follow it back in the day, so over 2 years ago. It does not load any videos, and I've lost it. Lost contact. I can't remember the name of it. But it almost looks identical to New Junction, so it's really weird in that sense. It was. I think it was 3 lanes round, and it was just sort of a the scenery, especially on the sort of hillside part, was almost identical, and that gave me a lot of inspiration back in the day. To list 10, that's a difficult one. I'm trying to think now. There's got to be more. I'm trying to think of the ones that really inspired me back in the day. Obviously, I think everyone follows people like Dave Howarth, etc. He was around it back in the day. Effingham, see you in a bit. Thank you for joining. You can do some scenery work for 18 tunnel entrances and 6 inclines. Blimey, rather you than me. Jack, hello. Neil, what do I think of digital tracks? Do you mean what do I think of DCC, or am I missing the plot? Sorry, Neil. If you mean DCC, best thing ever, you'll never go back. Dave Class 37, yeah, very good channel. Know David quite well actually now, and thanks to this channel, we speak quite a lot. He wasn't so sort of very good channel, but wasn't on my radar back in the day. He's a new one I've found in the sense of over the last 2 years. I was trying to think who really inspired me back in the day. And for me, it's definitely got to be Everard Junction is the number one, Glebe Road, Five Elms. Let's have a look. Sorry, I'm just jumping through the comments here. Cotswold Junction, you weren't around 2 years ago, were you? That's going to be awkward. The Cotswold Road. Northern Railways, were the overhead wires easy to put on the layout? Yes, the Dapples ones were. Literally drill a hole, put the overhead wire in, and there's a bolt that goes underneath, and that just screws up, tightens the layout, and you can take it out should you wish. Very easy. You just have to get the distances right. Punch Heath is worth a look. Yeah, very good channel, Nigel. Robin Price, hello. I'd like to share on Twitter your video is amazing. Thank you very much. Thought you might have been at the Taunton Model Railway Exhibition show this weekend. No, sadly, I was invited to it by Mike Pruitt, who has an amazing exhibition layout. But unfortunately I couldn't go. Sadly, I work weekends, so I don't have many off. I've had a few off recently, but I've got to pick them carefully. What about your brother? You have to have a layout to be on the top 10 list, Stuart. Have you got any new locos on order? Yes, I've got the Euro Phoenix. That left China last week. I've been told Backman in 2 days, and then from Backman to the retailer 2 to 3 days. So whether we see it next week, week after, fingers crossed. But I've had that on order probably about the length of the life of this layout, to be honest. It feels like 2 years. It's got to be easily 18 months. Neil, the DCC pack of dig tracks. You've lost me on that one, so unfortunately I've not heard of them. Unless I'm completely missing the plot, which is probably possible. Hornby should bring out the class 378. Yes, they should. I don't think Hornby are going to bring out much, really. They're rockably about, aren't they? Strange UK, will I get the RHTT wagons when they come out? From Hattons? Yes. They'd be quite nice, actually. Hattons have some nice exclusives coming out. I had a nice talk with Tom at Hattons a couple of weeks ago, actually. So that was quite nice. What else have they got? Apart from that, slightly different, but they're bringing out an O-gauge, Flying Scotsman and an A4, and I think they look absolutely fantastic. They are dear as anything, but as a model, I think they're stunning. And I think for a retailer to bring out such a core locomotive, like they're doing the 66, it's very dangerous for the other manufacturers, who I don't think have quite understood the threat yet. But I think that's going to be great. Matt Slade, big fan of his channel, yeah, of course. Sorry, my list was before I had a channel, so since the channel, obviously I've become very good friends with Matt Slade. He's been here, and I've got one of his locos now, actually. So, know Matt Slade very well, know a lot of you very well. But thinking of inspirational people before, he wasn't there then. I'm probably well behind on the comments. I've just skipped ahead, so if I've missed a load, I'm going to try and go back. What is your opinion on the Backman S-Stock train, the underground train? Extremely expensive. I've only ever seen them for sale once, and that was at Worley last year. I'm sure they were £200–300 for a set, and then you needed coach backs, and they're all dear. I wouldn't mind one, because I mean one would fit on the East Coast Main Line being pulled by class 20, but I think we were getting on for usually £600–700 like that. Anthony, David Jones just found your site and subscribed. But yes, while you're all here, don't forget to subscribe to my moderator's channel, David Jones, doing an excellent job, because I can't keep up to save my life. So I couldn't do these streams without my moderator, so make sure you click on his name, find his channel out. Very good. Paul Wilson, what in the future are you looking forward to in the way of modern day imagery trains? Oh, that's a good one. I wouldn't mind, I mean one thing I'm trying to do, I've got the limited edition class 800, which is in the, excuse me, the test livery. I fancy, if I found myself too flush, which won't happen, getting the class 800 coach pack for the Great Western one, stripping the paint off and then repainting it into the grey and making a full test train. That'd be quite nice. But if they brought that out, that would be even better. That'd be a plus. So yeah, the class 800's on my list. If they do a 221, something like that. The Backman S-Stock train in the London Transport Museum is £340. Dear. Diblington Vale, hello. Dean, unfortunately I can't change any of the trains apart from the ones you see. It's just unpractical, unfortunately, while the camera's here and whatnot. Just to set the scene, my layout is obviously a giant oval. What I've got is a small desk in the middle, and I'm sat in a chair, and there's a PC with 3 webcams coming off it, and wires coming off it. So I'm sat in the middle of a web. I've sort of caught myself, really. So it'd be very difficult to get up and get behind the boards, which are actually behind me, and swap the train over. Ickle Bean. Do you have a Pacer or any Northern Transpennine stock? I've got a Northern, I think it was a 158 or something like that. I really want a Pacer, the Northern Rail. And like an idiot, I saw one once and I left it and it snapped up, and I've never seen one again since. It's not been silly money. Like rock and roll. Games and Vlogs, hello. Don't worry, the 67 is coming. I'm going to swap it in a minute. What would happen to New Junction if premises had to close? Well, it wouldn't close because it's my business, so hopefully it wouldn't close. If it did close, I do have a backup garage at home, which is a nice double garage which I don't use. We froze. Are we back? There we go. Looks like we're back. I'm just catching up. Am I still there? There we go. I'm back. Northern Railways. I heard the Pacers are going next year. Not sure which ones. I'm sure I read that the Pacer, obviously if you have, say, the Mark 1 of something, then the Mark 2 and Mark 3, if you count just the Mark 1, the Pacer's been the longest serving train in the British Railways history. I'm sure I read that somewhere, which I think is fantastic considering everyone loves to hate them. But I really hope that they play heritage lines in years to come. Let's have a look. Am I out of sync? Someone tell me that. I can't tell. Let's see if... let's have a look. Right. What I'm going to do is just quickly swap to the 67, just to please you all, for the last 2 minutes of this whole thing. And I'll get that pulling the 225 round. So I'm just going to go and swap that now. Oh, bear with me. Oh, I'll try not to drop my mouse. Drop my mouse. I can't remember what number my 67 is. Have a look. Just checking I'm all working. Ooh, step over my web of wires and come back to you. Right, ooh, we've just hit the hour slot. I'm back. So I'm just quick swig of my drink. Ooh. Ewan, hello. Do you think if you let ever get finished and start a new one? Absolutely, yeah. second. I'd love to start a new one. Problem is when you do a layout, it's never going to be your last layout. So I think as you go on, you always suddenly learn the things you would then do only by doing them the first time around. So I don't think any single layout is ever your last layout. A good example of this is Dave Howard in his YouTube channel. I think in the time I've been following him, I think he's ripped that up 3 times, and he has a massive layout. So just makes me laugh. He's an absolute machine at making model railways. BNSF 1982, hello. Right, let's have a look. Dun, dun, dun. Graham from Lakeside is starting a new one, yeah, absolutely. Right. Can you see the 67 going round? There we go. Have a look. Kingston East, hello. The APT should be at the National Rail Museum. I'm sure there is one at the National Rail Museum. It's at Shildon, isn't it? If Jason's still watching, he'll know. Oh, that's stopped. That's well spotted. Yeah, stop for a signal. Cheadle Ridge, thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Trains UK, yes, I will get those wagons. I'm really looking forward to the HST that Hans are doing as well. Not HST, dearie me, that was a bit of a spoiler alert, wasn't it? No, they're not doing an HST at all. I'm thinking about the HST. I'd really like to get a 66. If the shop premises closed, what would happen to New Junction? Well, it'd be moved, or I'd just strip it and start a new one. Very simple. The trick in life is not to put hurdles in your way. So, if you were to be defeated by the fact, say, if I had to move, and I'd have to take my layout down, the trick is not to put that on a mountain, making a mountain out of a molehill. You've just got to get on with it, make it happen. Otherwise, things won't happen. A lot of people say to me, oh, I wish I had sort of like a channel, or I wish I was that kind of thing. But just get on with it. I mean, all I did was start making videos 2 years ago. Admittedly, I do probably make too many videos, but takes my mind off the day job. Like I say, I work 6 days a week, so takes my mind off the stress. Is that going to stop? Didn't stop. DW Rail fan, yes, I did enter into that competition. I hope I'd win it. I doubt I'd win it. David Jones, yes, your videos go live at 10 o'clock, 10 AM on a Tuesday, yeah. So I'm just catching up with you all. Don't put a class 800 on your layout and pull the wires down, probably. Mine's in a box. Yeah, sorry, got very excited about the Hattons HST for a second. Who did I see? I think it was Dapple just released an N-gauge HST in East Coast mainline livery and the Great Western livery, I think. And I saw the pictures of that from Dapple and I nearly died because I thought it was a 001, and you think, oh, such a letdown. Ooh, not having trouble. That 67 is nappy. Bloody thing. That's typical. We've gone an entire hour without issues. Right, let's see how we're looking. Right, Any last questions for me before I wrap this up? We've been almost an hour and 10 minutes, which is amazing. I can't believe there's been over 100 of you with me for nearly an hour. That's amazing. We'll stop this all working. No, shouldn't crash into the bumper car. Robin Price, thank you very much. Maybe Horn should bring out a Class 9 Eurotunnel. Yeah, they probably should, to be fair. Stuart, any fridge magnets or free Merc available? Unfortunately not, which is typical. I did think about it, but problem is it gets quite expensive, so if I started throwing out free fridge magnets, there'd probably be hundreds of the things. Best one in the world. Unfortunately, I'm not made of money. There's a downside to having a popular channel, I suppose, is you've got to try and create content, which is a hurdle I have to deal with, but it's a fun hurdle. It's a good problem to have. Robin Price, any tips for a shelf layout? Now, you're in luck. My moderator tonight, David Jones of Cotswold Junction, has an exhibition shelf layout, and his entire channel is dedicated to, I suppose, making that layout. So, find his channel out. He'll comment, I'm sure. He's the one in blue with the spanner next to him. Find his channel out, give it a subscribe, and I think it's every week he releases a video on the progress and shows you how to build an exhibition layout, quite literally. It was a few weeks ago we had our first home show using it, so that was quite good. Manos, I've been following you for some time. Keep up the good work, thank you very much. Inspiring first novices, thank you very much, very kind of you. Northerners, are you planning on getting Super Voyager for your layout? No, I do have 221 though. Jason Riddy, thank you very much. Let's have a look. Neil, sorry I've bad spelling the mark. I can't even read that, blimey, sorry. Sorry I have bad spelling, the marker dig tracks is what I meant. What do you think of it as I'm looking to buy one? Maker, I presume you mean. I'm not, I presume you mean Digitracks. I've not actually used those, to be fair. Stuart, thank you very much for tuning in. You missed his name. It's David Jones. My moderator says the guy in blue. David, I don't know if you have, because I'm not caught up, but if you chuck a link to your channel in the comments for me. Thank you very much. Punchy, thank you very much. See you in a bit, Nigel. It's Cotswold Junction. Oh no, sorry, his channel is David Jones now. It's changed. I like transport. See you later. Thanks for tuning in. Right. Thank you very much. Hello, Sparky. Blimey, you joined us right at the end. Blimey. Thanks for joining, Sparky. Literally as I'm saying goodbye. Right. Thank you for joining, guys, and I'm going to see you later. Hopefully this worked well for you all. And let me know what you think about the, I suppose, the multiple camera angles. I'm going to try and polish it up for next time. This is just the Mark 1. I literally bought these cameras an hour before the stream started. So thank you very much for joining, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.